Hi, I'm going to show you some of the new features in Ember regarding pathfinding and obstacle avoidance. Let's start with showing how it works. So you just basically click somewhere and then you tell the character to move there, and the character will avoid the obstacles that are in his or her path. And this is something new to Worldforge, both for Ember and for Sci-Thesis, because previously the characters will just move in a straight path and often get stuck on the scenery. Whereas now they will actually try to avoid the obstacles and try to find the shortest path. And I've done the initial work in Ember because it's just easier to visualize and debug in a graphical environment. But the main plan is to move this implementation over to Sci-Thesis, so we can have pathfinding even for AI NPCs. Because currently we don't have that, and that actually prevents us from doing much of what we want to do in terms of gameplay. It's not really possible to have NPC characters carry out tasks if they get stuck on the scenery all the time, which is what's currently happening. So I'll soon start moving this implementation over to Sci-Thesis, and I've also added some visualization tools, which if you bring up settings and select the developer tab and click these two last options, you'll get visualizations of how this works. And these tiles are the navigational mesh tiles that are used. We used an excellent library called Recast and Detour, which is used for generating these navigational meshes from the geometry, and then also finding the best path. And if I click here, I don't know if you can see this on YouTube, but there's also a white line showing where the shortest path is. And this is a bit trickier than you would think, because in our world everything is dynamic, so nothing is known beforehand. Before you enter the world, everything is dynamic. So if we for example move this boulder here slightly to the left, you see that the navigational mesh has to be regenerated on the fly, and this makes everything a bit trickier, because we must handle this. And I've also added the obstacle avoidance, but I can't really show it, because obstacle avoidance comes into play when there are other moving entities, like characters or whatever. This scene only has non-moving entities. But it also works. It just means that the character will try to avoid any moving entities. So I'm really excited about this, and the next step will be transferring this also to Sci-Thesis to get some real good gameplay going. And this is already available in the Ember development branch, or the master branch on GitHub. So exciting times ahead.